employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensondsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into Dump Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, come 6 o'clock on Ticker Weeknights. If you guys want to join in on the show, use the Starter Heyman text line. That's 402-464-5685. You can also put the face to the voice. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Allo 961. You've heard them all before if you've listened before, and you can feel free to engage in those as well. We got a nice Wednesday night so far. Not too. It was actually pretty nice and cool this morning. Want to bring him in. DeMornay, how's it going on this Wednesday night?
It's going. Can't complain.
Yeah, I really can't. Beautiful out. I wasn't immediately sweating. It was a nice, peaceful walk with my dogs this morning. It was not 100 degrees. I think it's actually supposed to maintain a little bit. Not a meteorologist, but should have some nice weather as we get closer to fall. Speaking of fall, though, the first thing I want to talk about is Michigan. I'm sure you've seen it. It's not as bad as I thought, at least not for the university. But real quick, let me get my proper verbiage out here. And again, for anybody who's big into law, if they want to break this down any further, free use of text line. But currently, the NCAA violations, Michigan has committed NCAA violations in the football program, resulting in a 4-year show cause order. This essentially is going to put ownership on Jim Harbaugh, coach responsibility, obligations, really focusing around the dead period of COVID, not what we're thinking.
We still talking about the COVID situation? Like, we didn't even get to the sign stuff. Like, I thought that was been dealt with. Like,
still, what are your thoughts? That's when I was reading it, that's exactly what I was like. Okay, I was like, oh, this is about COVID.
Who cares? Like, y'all, that was something from years ago. Y'all imposed a whatever for that. Like, y'all taking the NCAA said that, gave this down to Michigan? Or is it okay? Well, that's fine. That's okay. That's fine or whatever. Bring on the sign stuff. That we don't care about that. That, I mean, he gone already. So I mean, if y'all trying to just make it worse if he decides to leave the NFL and come back to college, I mean, but that's not really hurting Michigan right now.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt Michigan at all. Michigan, in a way, already served their punishment for
the signing for the
having to be suspended by some of those games. But yeah, I mean, it's just when I read this, and this is, from their official website, ncaa.org, that's the thing that really just stuck out to me. This is verbatim directly off their article. Harbaugh's violations of the COVID-19 recruiting dead period are level 2 violations, but his unethical conduct and failure to cooperate with membership's infraction process, specifically his provision of false or misleading information, is a level 1 violation.
Well, that's something, that they gave a year ban to wherever, if he does come back to college, he can't coach. He's suspended for a whole year. So I can't wait to see exactly what they're going to do to the university, or are they going to kind of just stick it just to Harbaugh?
I think they were going to stick it to Harbaugh
and wipe things off with Michigan.
Yeah, I think, the cynical version, and we talked a little bit about it on Old School, the cynical version, it's like, I think the Big Ten, NCAA, college football, how much money can we make? We make this thing quick, easy. We don't have to lose Michigan, massive fan base, 2 Big Ten teams. You
better the committee better remember this when it comes time to putting Big Ten teams in the playoffs. That's all I'm gonna say. Because if not, you scratching people's back now, and best believe they're gonna expect a favor later on down the line. Just let something happen. Something similar to, I'm not saying a conference champion will be left out or something like that, but a better team that has, more losses or something, but is still the better team than somebody else, not get in and watch the Big Ten have a fit. So it's crazy that it's that, like I said, now it's just a game of, who's going to cheat better. Hey, we're going to pay for this kid to go we're going to pay for this kid to go to this school. Hey, get into the little program or whatever, and anything that you hear or see or whatever, give back to us.
Mm-hmm.
They got enough money to do something. Like, you can't get caught. There's ways that you can kind of prove it, but it's just going to get creative with who can cheat the best now. So it's sad that it's going to get to that. Like I said, hopefully the sanctions or punishments won't be, a slap on the wrist, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think they're going to be, unfortunately. And 3 people on the text line. Again, it's so even if he goes back to college, it's going to be any college, any university within the NCAA. He's going to have to do a 1-year probation period, whether they choose to sign him and just pay him for that year or not. He can't be a part of that, at least for that entire first season. So I don't think, like you're saying, I think he went to the NFL for a reason, right? He kind of knew this stuff was coming down the line. The other interesting part of this couldn't even been less of a severe punishment, really. This one, again, from their website, the panel noted that Harbaugh's intentional disregard for NCAA legislation and unethical conduct amplified the severity of the case and prompted the panel to classify Harbaugh's case as a level 1 aggravated, with penalties to include a 4-year show cause order. So the aggravated Jim Harbaugh didn't do him any favors either. But ultimately, hey, if you're just going to walk away and it might not phase you too much,
it don't matter.
Yep, you might as well give him a little bit of attitude on the way out the door. It's just truly bizarre, though. I mean, do you think this is going to be set a really poor precedence, or do you think this thing will just kind of sweep under the rug as a slap on the wrist, but not too worried about the integrity of the game?
Hopefully it's not going to get swept under the rug. As I said before, Ohio State got sanctioned for getting tattoos.
Yep.
Reggie Bush lost his Heisman for NIL, and that has nothing to do necessarily with an outcome of a game. That has nothing to do necessarily with affecting a game or anything. It had nothing to do with necessarily something happening on a field of play, and people got punished. As of now, or how it's heading, people, had way more severe of a punishment for getting a tattoo or trading stuff for money for memorabilia or whatever you want to say. And you have people outright, you got text messages, you have photographs, video of people cheating, and they're from what it seems like. I'm not saying they have. From what it seems like, it's not being. It was talked about, but
he's been written in Central Michigan clothing, acting like he works on the sideline. So it is quite literally in video and photo.
So I'm saying, like, there's evidence of foul play being situated. They fired whoever that they needed, who it was or whatnot. I mean, if the NCAA misses on this, they are probably the biggest joke probably ever. Just because of what you're turning your head away from. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If it's wrong, give it the proper punishment, regardless of if people are going to be mad or if they have people in high places or whatnot. You're only opening up the doors to the rest of the league to kind of, well, if they did it and they not getting, nothing back from it. Jameis Winston probably got more in trouble for stealing crab legs.
He did.
Like they handled that situation way quicker than this.
Those crab legs, there were no crab legs. Actually, I think wasn't that like a Red Lobster? I don't even think they're high end. I think you got poured in.
My thing is at some point in time, the athletes always seem to suffer way more than the coaches or the university. And I don't think that's right at all.
I agree. Well, yeah, I agree. I think it's just a load of BS. I think this goes back to COVID. It starts with the dead period. Michigan season really, not trying to say it's all linked together, but their season did not start turning around until after COVID. And this is when all this cheating BS starts, and they get a national title. Jim Harbaugh sits out a few games, gets to come back, coach for the national title. Moore deletes 52 text messages. He'll probably won't even be suspended, maybe 1 or 2 games. Whoop-de-doo. They'll be fine. It's Michigan. It just feels like, again, I'm just kind of amazed that this is where the report was at. We're still talking about it. We didn't even get to Connor Stallions hardly at all in this. and we'll find out as this thing continues to get drug out. But I mean, is that it for decisions? Am I understanding this wrong? Maybe. I mean, where's the end deal of this?
For the COVID thing, I mean, I don't know if they, like boosted this stuff just because he is gone, and there's nothing going to happen. I can see the same thing happening, if this whole whatever comes out with the cheating scandal, just kind of putting everything kind of on him, and that was him. He's gone and dealt with. But like I said, I mean, they hold the athletes to a higher standard and are more harsh on the kids who might want extra money in their pocket or might done a couple extra things necessarily for whatever money purposes wise, but they still didn't necessarily impact their integrity or their integrity of the game or university. But yet people have been caught red-handedly, and it's just being drug out or trying to, let's push this back into the furthest of people's mind and kind of handle this behind closed doors, and what's done is whatever, and keep pushing. So, like I said, athletes get severely more punished than the universities or, these coaches.
Here's an idea. I'd say if there is a severe punishment, if it hits a certain requirement, I think the head coach who's in charge, because I don't care if you're aware of it or not aware. He claims he wasn't aware.
If you were on the staff, you were on the staff. Yeah, at some point in time, you had to have some type of.
You're the CEO, right? You're the chief operating officer.
You might have not been the person that was doing it, but you knew about it. So that's what I said. A 6-game suspension, 4 without pay.
Yeah, I think even worse. I think you got to take whatever coach was made that year. I think you give the players eligibility, and you cut up a good chunk of that coach's check, and you hand it out to the players affected. Because it's BS that a bunch of players, because you're exactly right, and the players get screwed over. The coaches get to make millions of dollars, and now he's just going to go work in the NFL because there won't be any punishment for him in the NFL. Meanwhile, in this case, the kids, you wouldn't give them any money. But I think in a harsher world, you do strip Harbaugh of a lot of that money. If he really was caught cheating, you cut up that check, and you strip away the title, and you give some of that money to the players for somewhat of compensation. I mean, that's the best way I could see it, because I'm kind of tired of the coaches like cheating at such an insane scale. And you're absolutely right. The players get burned all the time for it. It's very rarely that the coach actually has to sit a harsh punishment. Worst case scenario, he's at home making millions of dollars on buyout money.
I think the university should get punished regardless just of the things. Now, necessarily, you can grant, the freedom of the kids to lead because of better opportunities or whatever to play in, bowl games or whatnot. But I think that Michigan shouldn't be allowed to play in, the playoffs just period because of whatever you've done. They decide to keep them, if they decide to give them or let them have, the championship still and whatnot. All right, for the next 2 years, y'all can't compete in any bowl games. I think that's fair. I don't think you can probably go to the Big Ten championship at all. The same thing that happened to Ohio State.
Yes.
I think that should happen to Michigan, period.
Why do you think that switched though? I mean, let me ask you that. Cause like, if you're right, Ohio State, it felt like, okay, this is how we're going to handle these things, small or big. You're going to get hit with a hammer on it. Like, what changed in your mind? Money?
No, I just don't think the NCAA is kind of they're probably on their last leg with stuff. They don't get viewed as the same way or having all of the control, and kind of it's whatever they say. So you've seen it for the last couple of years. Like some of these these conferences or these universities have gotten away with a lot more things or whatnot. They've kind of been giving their way with stuff, and it's not to go around the NCAA, but I mean it's just they're dragging their feet on a lot of things. So I think that's one of the pieces of it, is just they don't strike the same fear probably that they have had in the past.
Yeah, I think you might have hit it nail on the hammer. I agree, especially after California kind of just gave the NCAA the middle
After
finger.
that, the floor just fell out from under them. Like they're literally treading water, and it's just not the same. They're trying to figure out, the balance of stuff. But like I said, it's not fair to the rest of the universities that play the game fair or whatnot or whatever. And like I said, there have been other players, there have been other universities that have done less and gotten way more severe of a punishment. So I think it's only fair necessarily for that. 2 years is not gonna, I don't think, put them necessarily back to where they were after or before Harbaugh, came or whatnot. But I mean, Ohio State still made it through somehow. They still were undefeated and whatnot. And after their suspension was done, I mean, they got back to winning national championships. They got back to being one of the better teams in the country or whatnot. You have your coach there and whatnot. You did what you did. Now, just
ride the storm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that will only be fair. And if anything outside of, like I said, a year or 2 year suspension from post eligibility, bowl eligibility, would be flat out wrong. Because it's y'all. What are you teaching? I understand the world is not fair. I understand certain things are not fair, but that's something that you can make, and that's something that you can stop. And the fact that that's not even, and they might have they might have things under wraps, or not trying to get out there or exactly what the stuff is. But the fact that it hasn't really been thrown out or whatnot, like I said, hopefully we get to see something before this season starts, because this is something that happened last year. So you've had since January or February, since January when the last game ended, to kind of come up.
I mean,
they knew this storm was coming. So like, why are you waiting? Like, what's the purpose of letting it get to the last second, and then just bringing it on kids? Or like, I don't understand. What's the procedure of why you're taking your time with things? It's crazy.
Yeah, and if this is why I think you got to be harsh on it, because if this is kind of it right now, this is pretty wuss kind of penalty. I mean, this is the bar that you're going to set for any other kind of sort of cheating at a pretty egregious level.
What's stopping all of these other schools, counselors, to pretty much do what the Patriots did and just pretty much film practices? They can send people out to various universities. You can get yourself dressed up or put yourself in cleaning attire or whatever, and as long as just sneak into things, I mean, that's going to be like the next type of thing of sneaking into pretty much other universities, and as long as you don't get caught, no harm, no foul, what the NCAA is pretty much saying. But
yeah, and if you do get caught, it's tough. It's a big deal, but just don't make it an aggravated level one and work, because this is the other part. It wasn't, and this is again still. Well, we still don't know what the hell is going to really come out of the sign thing. I mean, it feels like that's just kind of done. The punishment's been served. We'll figure out what comes with the Morris text, but this is still just like with the COVID-19 dead period on top of it. I mean, it's also became a level one because he amplified it with conduct, unethical conduct, and amplified the severity of the case. And the fact that he was kind of hiding information. So now it's like, okay, now let's just do everything.
You got them hiding information again. The coach just deleted text messages. Is that not hiding?
Yeah, well, this is going back. This is all back to the COVID-19, which is unfortunately the only thing we have right now. With the Morris case, it's I don't know. Do you think Morris is going to get slapped again here with the punishment? Like it makes me wonder if Michigan is that kind of arrogant, or maybe not even arrogant, maybe just correct in the fact that their tracks are covered well enough, or the NCAA just isn't that big of a threat and is kind of just staying alive on money deals here, trying not to step on anybody's toes too much.
Like I said,
it feels like it should be a bigger deal.
Whatever the verdict is of stuff, like I said, if it's not at least a year or two suspension from post bowl game eligibility, it'll be sad. That'll be a win for Michigan, but it'll be a loss for everybody else. because it's just now, okay, who can cheat the best and cover it up.
That's poetic. I think it's a good way to go ahead and end this first segment here. On the other side, we're going to talk some Raiders. You got a little bit of a quarterback battle, according to your coach there. So we'll talk about that on the other side. Don't go anywhere as I figure out where we got this ad block here for us. Here we go. All right, we're going to throw it to break. Don't Punt Hour. The Marty Pierson-El on the other end. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back into the Don't Punt Hour here at Sonarans on the ones and twos. As always, come take a weeknights. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. We got the Royals on the airwaves, but you can always join in on the streams and the text line nonetheless. But for this segment, we're going to switch gears here. We're going to keep it on football as, again, we are right around the corner from the NFL and college football, which, by the way, Hard Knocks, awesome job. They throw in the classic Bulls Pearl Jam intro for Caleb Williams. I don't know if anybody caught that last night.
I'm excited to see what's up with your coach. I didn't know too much about him, but I feel like he's definitely trying a lot harder. Just with not to say that he wasn't last year, but so hopefully good things in store for you all.
You know what? That might be the nicest thing you've said to me about the Chicago Bears yet. I will take that. I won't even push my luck and ask you more questions. Let's talk about your Raiders. So we do got head coach Antonio Pierce has not made the decision. I know you guys got Gardner Minshew, but also Aiden O'Connell still there at quarterback. Says doesn't really matter who starts right now because they're going to rotate him either way. But with those two guys in place, what do you like as a quarterback for the Raiders?
Whoever the best quarterback is for the job, who doesn't turn the ball.
Strong about any of those guys? I should ask that. Did O'Connell show you any flashes? Because we kind of know who Minshew is, but is there anything in O'Connell's game?
He was a rookie last year.
Yeah, at times I thought.
And in that being a rookie, the coach that brought you there or whatnot, or seen whatever system, got fired. Now, whatever you were doing necessarily might be somewhat changed of what you're doing now. So it's like you got to relearn everything. I don't know if it's the same offense. I don't know if it's the same thing that's being called, or I don't know, did they change exactly from what McDaniels was doing and just kind of kept that same thing? So I don't know how that part is with his development or whatnot. But I mean, people are bashing on him and everything like that. They've been bashing on first round quarterbacks the whole time. The dude in Carolina was getting talked about as being a bust when he was just in Carolina. So I'm not being too harsh on him just because I don't know exactly how much of that has been constant. I mean, Minshew, he's a gamer everywhere he's went. He's kind of been stable. He's not a terrible quarterback. So I mean, it might just take some time for the Minshew magic to start coming and whatnot. So I mean, it's still early. Like, people are acting like they're only into like their second week of training camp. So I mean, it's people have good days, bad days. it takes time. So I'm not mad or I'm not surprised that it hasn't been announced. It's a quarterback competition for a reason.
Yeah, and if I'd imagine they're pulling for O'Connell to try to show something that he can do the job early enough. But obviously last year's pretty bumpy. I'm not sure how much of it's continuity. If it's been Minshew, it'll be a fun ride. I know that much for sure. But he kind of gives me the same vibe as like not necessarily play style, but like a Teddy Bridgewater, where he's going to keep you in a lot of games. You're going to be able to win a lot of games, but you're never going to feel great that he's going to be able to guy to kind of bring you over the top.
Is this before Teddy's injury or after Teddy's injury?
We're talking post. When we
because before Teddy's injury, Teddy's a bona fide quarterback, regardless of what anybody said. I was with him in Denver. He wasn't the problem. I'll tell you that. He wasn't the issue.
No, after the injury, though, I mean, he was still good enough to get into the playoffs. But
he wasn't the issue. It wasn't him necessarily was the problem of stuff. If he is a Teddy Bridgewater-like quarterback, I'm fine with that, and you'll be able to see with them opening things up, pushing the ball down the field, and being explosive. So, if that's the hope, that's fine and dandy. Because I've been around Teddy, and he wasn't the issue when he was in Denver.
All right, fair enough. And I'll say this much too: if you get a Teddy Bridgewater on Teddy Bridgewater contract, money-wise, it's actually a pretty damn good deal. You can spend a lot of money in other places if you go that route. Because again, Gardner Minshew, he's not demanding millions and millions of dollars like these other guys. You can actually work around and get a lot of other great pieces if you're not paying top dollar for the QB, which is obviously typically pretty top dollar. But you mentioned training camps. I want to talk about it. I got a small list here. It's been a feisty few days for these training camps. I mean, is this just kind of naturally how it goes with these constant fights and batters?
Yes, joint practices, fights. Now, I'd have been a part of joint practices where Aaron Donald didn't fought somebody like they had to stop it. I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, this is not something that's like, oh my God, now the swinging of the helmets and whatnot. That's a little bit that's a bit much. But I mean, you can remember a couple of years ago when the Cowboys and the Rams got into it. Like, this is not nothing that is new. Like, you probably expect a fight or whatnot, even against amongst teammates and whatnot. Fights have happened out, so that's not anything that's uncommon.
Have you ever been part of one?
In college or in the pros?
I think the pros are a little more interesting because it's
I mean, it was a small little scuffle and whatnot, nothing too crazy or anything like that. But I mean, DBs versus receivers, and everybody just kind of got involved in it. It was what it was.
At some point, though, you need it. It almost looks a little weird.
It's happened in college. It's happened at the pros. Like, it's not. I mean, just about every other day, I think Stan and DCAP got into a fight. So I mean, that there was times where the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman, linebackers got into it, to where our strength coach and our tight ends coach had to literally toss people out of the way. So it's not surprising at all.
Yeah, and I do root on the side as long as it's not like a Draymond Green choke out or it gets like crazy. You need some of that friction. I don't think you run into a lot of good teams where that friction is just everybody's kumbaya and everybody's nice to each other 24/7. If there's no real friction, usually I don't feel too good about those teams.
You're gonna see some swings. Offensive lineman. It's typically offensive lineman, D lineman, and then when you get into joint practices, it don't matter. It's
how intense are those joint practices? Obviously with the new rule changes, they try to get rid of some of that physicality, but you watch it.
Very, very intense because the joint practices, I would say, are almost as important as the preseason games, because that's your first time you going against somebody else. So maybe the dudes that you've been going against at camp and whatnot know your first, second move and kind of got your number a little bit. There's kind of a stalemate when you go against these other teams. Not only are you showing for somebody in my position, not only are you showing the team that you're trying out for or wanting to get along, you're showing another team that that they might pick you up. So you got your special teams periods that get live, to where your returners, your gunners, It's just literally a clash of titans. And then when you go 7-on-7 or, full out offense versus teams, it's full on Coliseum, gladiators versus gladiators, intense, talking crap, small scuffles. It's a fun time, but that's where, you can make your money on, showing up that, it's just not you or somebody else making plays on your own team, but you're doing it, against another organization's players.
Yep. And as I'm going through our list here, I got another one. Won't dive into it, but yeah, it's just frisky. It's fun when you get to this time of year, though. Because obviously we got Bengals. I know there's some shots fired today. Those joint practices, obviously, you see a lot of that kind of
keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that there hasn't been anything too major, though. I will say when you see a lot of those scuffles, it's usually pretty quick. Haven't seen anything too crazy that's really worth diving into that much. I think, like you said, most of it's just competition. One more thing, though, I do want to talk about before we get to break that we haven't talked about yet. Ayuk still hasn't found a home. And I thought it was going to be the Steelers. Obviously, news today, I believe, this was like earlier this morning, about 11 hours ago. That kind of fizzled out. It does not look like he's going to be a Steeler, or at least not immediately soon here. It's still on the table, but it has kind of died down again. Where are you at with Ayuk?
Where do you think he's going to end up? The last week of training camp, I've seen so many trades go down right then and there. People kind of understand and know what they got, and kind of have all the pieces. You got your plan for the season. So, be on the lookout, if, with the first week of September, or, going into the last week of August to really, see something go on with him. Clearly he gets a say so on where he wants to go. So if it's not necessarily a place of where he wants to be at, at some point in time, either the 49ers will just be like, it is what it is. We'll get whatever we can from him and let bygones be bygones, or he's going to be on the team and be on the scratch list each and every week. But the man wants what he wants. Clearly he's not probably happy there. And, both sides are trying to move forward.
Yeah. And this is kind of where it's interesting, because I thought it was going to come down because it was going to be, everyone was kind of thinking a first round pick. Well, the Niners will not be getting a first round pick back in this trade if it was going to go through. Steelers offered a first round pick back in May, though. So now it looks like Steelers are kind of understanding where you're at. You mentioned that deadline coming up. Everybody's kind of locking up their guys. I think they know they got a little bit more leverage now. At least that's how I'm reading it.
He's probably like, what did Steph get? I think they gave like a fifth. You'll get like 2 late picks. You might get a second and a third, and a second or a third, and then with like a fifth or a sixth or something like that, and pick swaps. Even with him to the Steelers, that doesn't necessarily make sense to me, because he's an ex receiver and George Pickens is an ex receiver. Yeah. Can Ayuk play Z? Yes, but that's the kind of position of where he's at. So I didn't really think that would be a seriously trade for there, unless they traded Pickens and Pickens for Ayuk. Then it might be like up to something or whatnot. But
that might be the only real way I could see that. I don't really.
They're gonna try and get a player back probably for him. So
it's just not looking good for the 49ers. That's why I want to talk. They'll be okay, but he's not the only guy that they're still kind of waiting to show up for training camp here. So the 49ers, they're not heading to the point where they might have a disastrous start to their season, but they got to lock some things up here. As you mentioned, we're going to get towards the end here, especially end of August, that if they don't get their guys figured out contract-wise and they're still sitting there with an unhappy Ayuk, could start showing some of the cracks in the foundation of what they have. They'll still be solid, but it doesn't take long for those cracks to actually start to pay major impact. So with that being said, we'll throw it to our last break here. On the last segment, we'll talk just a little bit of Husker football to kind of wrap things up. So don't go anywhere. And of course, we got the Brewington what's brewing. Chance of Brewington up next. He is back in Lincoln. So we'll keep it rolling. Talk to you guys on the other side.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
and electrical.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. We know that navigating the legal system is stressful and overwhelming, but Liberty Law Group will carry that burden for you. When you're facing legal issues, make the right call. 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Announcing Acres' end of summer sales event. Acres has dropped its prices on select late model John Deere tractors, combines, and corn heads. Act now and upgrade your equipment before harvest season. Trade in your old equipment today and get unbelievable discounts that could save you over $100,000. With great financing options and our A-plus support, there's no better time to buy. Visit your local Acres store or see the huge savings at acres.com. That's AKRS.com to see the best prices in the nation.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, wrapping things up here on the Don't Punt Hour final segment. We got only a few minutes left, and then we'll switch it over to What's Brewing with James Brewington, the former Husker, back in Lincoln, so he'll be live in studio with us tonight. To wrap this thing up, though, doing a peek at Nebraska football schedule, in particular taking a look at the road games. Good morning, Pierson-El. I'll give them out to you. Let's see, we got 5 road games on the books this season. And I want to ask you, which one is the biggest quote-unquote trap game or possibly the big letdown game? So, real quick, just to give the order for everybody out there. These are all home. UTEP, Colorado, Northern Iowa, Illinois. Road game, Saturday, Purdue. Then you're back home, Rutgers. 2 road games, Indiana, Ohio State. Back home, UCLA. Road, USC. Back home, Wisconsin. On the road, Iowa. So the road games are Purdue, Indiana, Ohio State, USC, Iowa. Which one of those road games gives you the most concern?
I'll probably say SC.
Okay. Not Ohio State?
No, because we faced them before.
Familiar.
You know what that is. You going back to the West Coast on a short flight, short week. You're not spending some time there. You're playing a little bit later, so your body's gonna be, not you're gonna feel a little bit more. You're gonna feel a little tired before actually, playing and whatnot, because your body is used to whatever the time zone here instead of being there.
Yeah. And we don't know what the time is for that one yet, but certainly with the travel, you'll feel it.
So I think that's the trap game. Plus, on top of that, I don't think USC will be what everybody is thinking USC is going to be like. So having that kind of in the middle to the ending of the season, with all the tangibles of, like I said, the travel and whatnot going to there, it's just I'm not a fan of it.
Well, okay, this is why I agree with you. I could definitely put that one up there. That's probably honestly the second one I'd put on my list. I'm going to spell out a game that's going to put a bad taste probably in your mouth. A lot of people who are kind of familiar with how these games go, at least for Nebraska in history. It's the ultimate, yes, a quality opponent, but towards the bottom of the Big Ten opponent. We should beat them early in the season. Absolute gut punch if you lose, because you'll probably be undefeated or close to. It's
Indiana.
Purdue.
Okay.
Okay, because we're going from a Friday game from Illinois, right? So then Friday game, there's no bye in between. So you got a short week. And then even though Illinois is at home, it is Friday, short week. Then you're on the road to Purdue. And that was a sleepy 11 a.m. game against Purdue on the road. Those morning games, a short week. I could see that one somehow slipping away and just really putting a bad taste at the early in the season is why it concerns me.
What week is that?
That is week 5.
I think they'll be fine.
But okay, so week 5.
They will still be on their first leg. You're just entering, that you're just entering like that, going into that second quarter of the season. But typically, your team will probably still be fresh, not necessarily as sore. You're still kind of working through things and whatnot. And yes, you got the wrinkle of a short week or whatnot, but honestly, that probably might help them just because the pads probably won't be on.
They're at home too. They don't got to fly back.
The coaches, will be kind of like, okay, well, they'll get their pad days in, but they'll be more so, all right, let's kind of stay off your feet. Let's kind of make y'all recover and everything like that. So I don't think that one will be a too big of a game.
I hope you're right. It could be one of those things where they just take care of business. But
game 5, it's like, the only thing that I'm nervous is just the early start. Other than that, I not too much.
It's the 11 a.m. That was the red flag for me too. That's the one that really solidified it. It's like, maybe I hold my breath a little bit. It's because this is the problem. Every fan base does it. You just start putting wins next to the team's name. And with Purdue's case, yes, it feels like it should be a win, but we really haven't blown them away. I know you're hearing the argument. Well, if you look at all of these games, Nebraska only lost by a few points. If you change the turnovers, it's like we're talking about not just tweaking one variable, like a few variables here, and then we could say maybe we have 8 wins instead of 4. I still think we should beat Purdue. But of course,
I feel like they were doing. I feel like they were actually like ready to go a lot more so than not often in some of these earlier games from last year. So hopefully they can continue that. But I just know I remember being there. Like I hated the early morning games. I couldn't stand them.
I hate them too. You feel like a maniac when you're drinking a beer that early in the morning. Nobody wants to do that. It's not good for the body or soul. But don't worry. We're going to wrap things up here. Appreciate you guys listening. We kind of spent a little bit of end of time there talking Husker football road games. Up next, though, we'll have the other former Husker, the second former Husker of the night, Chancellor Brewington. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling. Good morning, Pierson-El. Appreciate the time. As always, we'll do it again tomorrow.